Hello and welcome to the APMA podcast. I'm here with a full group today, just from the straight away. Like Dan and Jordan are here from the beginning. Let's go.
Hello.
Let's have it.
How we doing, boys? You all right?
Yeah, not too bad. Going to be packing after
Good
this. I'm going to Thailand on Saturday.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how long are you going for?
From the 24th to the 10th.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Decent amount of time.
Oh, that's a right old chunk, isn't it, mate? That's sick.
Yeah. Yeah, so really looking forward to that. But we're heading down tomorrow to the airport because we're flying early on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
How you doing, Dan? You all right?
Yeah, man. All good.
All good.
Yeah. Jealous of you going to Thailand, mate. That's fucking cool. Would you fly into Bangkok?
So yeah, so we're flying to Dubai, then Dubai to Bangkok,
Nice.
Okay.
and then from Bangkok to getting a boat to I want to say Koh Phangan or something.
Yeah,
It's
one of
an
the
island.
islands. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's yeah, I'm really excited. I'm absolutely fucking shattered. Because we had a wedding on Sunday. I was best man at. I did a speech. It went well. The jokes landed, which is excellent.
Oh, nice.
And I had to go, like, it was a Sunday wedding, and I had to go into work on the Monday. And so I don't feel like I've actually, like, recovered, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm absolutely fucked. So I might not seem as hyped as I should be for a Thailand trip in a day or two's time. But yeah, no, it is. I am really looking forward to it. But also, I mean, to be fair, this camera isn't doing me too dirty, but I am pale as shit. And I am looking forward to getting some colour.
Yeah, so nice about getting some sun, isn't there? Just makes you feel
Only
good.
issue, I'm not massively keen on Thai food. So I reckon I'll actually lose weight on holiday.
That's it.
Yeah.
You have been before, though, haven't you?
Yeah, I went when I was 15.
What did you eat when you went away that time?
I tried everything. I made it like my mission to try everything, but for actual like around trying things, I basically ate like rice and dragon fruit for the entirety of my trip. But yeah, just
I'm not a massive fan of like Thai curries and stuff as well.
Yeah, there's that weird. I think there's a certain ingredient. There's that strange taste.
Yeah. It's very like harsh, isn't it?
Yeah.
And a lot of coconut oil as well they use, so that goes.
Yeah.
I when I was over there, I tend to find like one or two things that I like, and then I just kind of stick with that. It's weird types. I don't like the like the curries and stuff. I don't like Thai curries, but then I do like there are certain types of Thai food I do like we've got a Thai restaurant near us, and like they do some real nice meats and stuff like duck and so I think it's clawing through the menu to find out what you like in it.
Yeah, I'm slightly concerned because it's an island. Would there be like a McDonald's on there? I don't know.
Oh fucking hell!
You know,
that
was a saving grace. My last trip to Thailand, we like spent the last couple of days in Bangkok, and I was like, oh my god, there's a McDonald's. You know, so I don't, but we'll have to see. Not that you should go out to a country like that and eat your own cuisine, but you know, needs must.
Yeah, it's always a safe bet in it with that. Like we did that in Japan, because I think as well the trouble is it's like hard when you're in a different country. If you have a bad experience like once or twice with the food, because you like don't know all the different spices, it kind of puts you off the whole lot.
Yeah,
and you just want to go safe, like when you've had a donkey stomach. Whereas, like I guess after a while, when you know how to like navigate, and you're like, well, I can have this. But usually, like when you get a bad stomach here, you know, you'll avoid that type of food for a while.
Mhm.
But if you're in that, if you're in that place, you're like trying to avoid Japanese food and you're in Japan.
Yeah.
It's tricky.
Yeah. I think the worst thing I ate when I was in Thailand, like I said, I was trying everything, and I think I said to someone in the restaurant, I'll try anything. And they brought this fish ball, and it was a ball of raw, like
Oh, fuck.
fish paste shit, and I nearly threw up. It was absolutely horrendous. I had deep fried insects from a pick and mix stall. That was quite cool.
Yeah, I tried that.
What sort of insects is it though?
Like cockroaches, locusts, mealworms, things like that.
Yeah.
The cockroaches thing makes. I know
I
you.
think they were cockroaches. Actually, thinking about it, they're definitely locusts and mealworms and stuff. There probably was cockroaches, but yeah, Pepsi in a bag.
In a bag.
That's right. Yeah, they always do drinks in a bag. That makes me laugh.
That's it. Fuck the
I think it's because
cans.
of how they transport the cans and stuff, the germs and shit. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That's it. Pepsi from a can. I mean, a bag. Jesus Christ. I'm going back to my.
It's literally a bag. And they throw a straw in it.
Getting like street food is quite funny when you're drunk. I had like a kebab thing, and I think it was a mixture of like hearts and livers from like a chicken and some other types of animals, I think. But it was it tasted. Liver's got that certain taste to it in it, but some of the street food is mad that you can get.
Yeah.
It's cheap.
Yeah.
Well, you're essentially doing them a favor by eating the insects, surely, because locusts are pretty much known as a pest for basically destroying crops, and cockroaches. No one really wants a cockroach, so you're essentially doing them a favor, but you're paying them. So, but they are cheap, so yeah, get your protein.
The currency out there is things are very cheap, aren't they?
Yeah, Thai baht,
which is just as well because it's not all inclusive. Breakfast only at the hotel, so we're going to be eating out a lot.
I know you're a big fan of the all-inclusive.
I am. I think it's just perfect. An all-inclusive holiday is perfect.
You just ain't got to worry about anything. You just know.
Like you don't even have to leave if you don't want to.
No, that's true.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this opportunity just to say hello to a few people in the chat. Obviously, if you're listening or watching this back, you can join us live if you fancy it, and if you're around. Kez, Ashton, Ollie, Morrigan, Scott. I will read one of Scott's comments out because it has made me laugh internally. I work in IT, and I genuinely thought the title of this podcast was talking about artificial insemination. What is wrong with my brain? Yeah, what is wrong with you, Scott? What is wrong? Because the title is the title. I think
has evolved again.
That's it. AI has evolved again. I don't know what. Well, how can you already improve on artificial insemination? I don't know. But anyway, Scott, thanks for joining us. You're a laugh as always. We'll be doing a podcast as well for Drip, so we'll see if you've still got the same zany. I'm sure you will. Anyway, today's episode, I wanted to just kind of go over a little bit of Neuralink because that's come about again with the first human trial. It's in someone's head. It's actually officially there. And also I want to talk about the progress in AI, more specifically in the video creation of AI, which has been, I'd say, pretty jaw-dropping, to be honest. I'll show you a few videos if anyone obviously hasn't seen them or looked at them before. I'll pop the first one up. Most of these are done the rounds, to be honest. We're probably about a week late, but it is what it is. Pop this on screen. This one, I'll do my best to describe it to the audio listeners. But
that isn't real.
That's not real. That is AI generated.
Oh my God.
There are a few things that you can see, like her foot kind of just like hovers over the ground and like slides.
Yeah.
There's a few people in the background.
If you hadn't pointed that out, I would not have noticed that.
I mean, some of the signs are in weird places and don't really make much sense. Not that I would be able to read them because I don't speak Japanese.
The water and the shadows and the reflection, the water.
This is fucking insane.
Yeah.
The that's mental. Oh mate, the detail in their
reflection in their
skin and
glasses.
face, and that's fucked, man.
So that isn't a real person.
That's not a real person. That is AI generated, and you can even see the prompt at the bottom. I'd zoom in.
A stylish woman walks down a Tokyo street filled with warm, glowing neon and animated city signage. What the fuck?
Yeah, that at the bottom is the
how can it replicate film?
I don't know. I'm guessing it showed it film and showed it things like, I don't know.
Yeah, so I remember this. Someone saying about this, and saying that this will come very quickly because once it cracked the images, then all it has to do is keep replicating
making the move,
same image but slightly over and over again, and you've seen the progression of it where it's just crazy and it doesn't, it goes off and it's got no like it's not fixed, it's going all over the shot. You've seen them, and there's all sorts. This is obviously this now it knows, right, the next image, it's all got to make sense, so they all correlate. And that's meant, this is scary.
That's
I think it was about a year or so ago, there was a video of an AI generated video, one of the first like raw AI generated videos, and it was something stupid like Will Smith eating spaghetti, and it was like everyone just laughed at it because it was absolutely just atrocious. And then a year later, this is like one of the first things that pops up. Okay.
So they could make in time, maybe even now, a full film. Purely generated by AI. And the prompt is only fucking 4 lines long.
It's fucking it's if you think about what the images kind of do, and now you can get film, like the film, like you might imagine, like photo shoots, or you just put your t-shirt in there and be like, have someone walk it. It's mental.
How is it better than CGI? Like, so in the space of a year, it can produce better imagery than CGI. Like, that woman looks like a real woman. There's not even I know, right, the feet are kind of sliding along, but she looks like it's like a film. You can't, I've not seen any CGI of people that you can 1000% say is just a film.
I mean, it's literally like the parts in the background that people would pick out and go, wow, that you can see that's AI generated. That's like, for me, the easy part. You can just get them to kind of learn not to make shit like that. But to produce this basically a year away from
all the blemishes
spaghetti eating Will Smith, it's just insane.
The like, that bit of hair down by the the sideburn bit, like none of it, because it's imperfect. Which is like what your eye picks up.
What the fuck?
Fucking mental, isn't it?
It is crazy.
You take this technology in 5 years' time, what the fuck are they going to do?
There's a few more they created. So this one is interesting because this one is literally, the prompt is just historical footage of California during the gold rush.
Oh man, this is,
and it's just made this up.
It's just made this up from a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 word prompt.
It's starting to blow my mind.
This is nuts.
So it is identified.
It's also
it needs to use a look at, like, the image needs to look like, the video needs to look like it was filmed at a certain time. So it's purposely made the video look like it's from that period. And then obviously the architecture, all the horses, people moving around, all that sort of stuff, and done its best to get the time period right. And from an 8-word prompt, that is insane.
It even looks like, as it turns there, it even looks like that guy's like looking up at the whatever's filming it, like the camera, or it's nothing, it's just imagery. It's as if he's looking at it and watching it. That is mental.
This is absolutely insane.
Again, if you watch someone pick apart this, you can tell it is AI generated because there are windows in just ridiculous places. But it's just like, as I'd not say first go, but as like a proper first push, I'm like, okay, this is basically 99% there. In my uneducated view.
Morrigan says any errors with AI could just be cleaned up with the VFX team. Crazy that in theory we don't even need to shoot any footage anymore.
Yeah.
Which you don't. That's fucking insane. Have you? Oh man, just to pause on this for a second. I saw a clip of this is AI of Joe Rogan podcast. There's an AI that has translated Hitler's speech into English, but with his voice. Have you seen that?
No,
it's fucking nuts. So it's Hitler's voice, but he's not speaking German. He's speaking English, and it's one of his speeches. And it's all about how, you know, he sacrificed in World War I, so they should be with him and to go forward. But it's in his like dialect, his tone. It's fucking terrifying. You know, so like historical footage can now be shifted into whichever language is needed. That is fucking nuts.
Yeah, that's scary.
Absolutely nuts. But this is just absolutely insane. I mean, I thought the images, you know, and like the Photoshop stuff was crazy. You know, like being able to just you know say, you know, fill this here and then it'll generate it. But I mean, what happens to content creation? Like,
got
but it's also obviously there's a lot of oh wow, this is cars, right? This isn't. There's a car.
I mean, I wouldn't think twice if that was on the Grand Tour. Like if I'm watching
it generated all of these individual trees and shit at the risk of sounding like a moron. Like, and like every single angle as the camera shifts, like it pans around all of this is fucking insane.
At the moment, the limitations of it are, I don't know if this is literally because they've made it to be limited to this, or
oh my god,
whether it is physically limited. But it's a minute video, up to minute video.
Surely now this technology exists. Gaming, because you like the limitations of graphics in gaming. Surely because this exists now, it won't be long until video games will be like playing films.
Potentially, yeah. Because you think it's what's the difference? How it interacts with how you have to do something physically in the game compared to just watching something play out. But once that bridge is, you know, crossed, I do think that is pretty much the future.
This is insane.
Someone asked, is this currently available to publicly use? I don't think so. I don't think it is publicly available. This is by OpenAI, the same people who did ChatGPT. This is a separate technology, a separate AI. But this is what they're demoing it can do. I'm imagining it's not too far away from being able to be publicly used. It doesn't make sense for them to just go, hey, look, we've been working on this for however many years.
I wonder
going to be under wraps
where this will stand with copyright, because I know like with all the images and stuff, as long as you have a license like Adobe Stock or something like that, then I think it's okay. But I know that AI cannot generate anything without there being an original source, and it just combines original sources. Like it can't just create out of nothing. Which is why there's, you know, it's a bit taboo to like, you know, use AI imagery for things.
It is.
So I wonder where it stands with this, because like, you know, fucking hell. For example, when I used to do true crime videos,
you
know, one of the biggest pain in the arses, in all honesty, was the B-roll footage. It was just a fucking pain in the arse to find it all, to source it all, to pay for it all, to cut it all, you know, whereas I could literally put my script into the prompt and say, build a visual narrative around what I am saying, bosh, and then it'll do it. And then you just layer your voice over the top. So like that will eliminate so many things in content creation. And companies like Motion Array, which is a company that I pay £35 a month to, which I don't know why I'm still doing it, to be honest, because I don't use it at the moment other than for music. It would put them out of business, because who the fuck needs B-roll if you can just subscribe to an AI machine that will make it all for you, and not only make it all for you but edit it together for you.
Yeah,
like there's so many things. I know obviously AI is going to change a lot of things, but I think in the creative space it is going to fucking hell. I mean, if AI gets good enough, which I'm sure it will, to just put some prompts in, edit this together for me, editors are no longer relevant. You know,
yeah.
I could even fucking hell, I could even get it to say if I wanted to go purely narrative, narration based content, right?
Yeah, just get the voice.
Get it to learn my voice.
Yeah.
And then I could just prompt it to just speak as if it was me. Like, you don't even have to do anything.
No, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I was doing little videos, little 1 minute videos with the full voice, and then like images over it. And they, like they were getting good views. But now you can, like, what's strange is that in the future, it's first to market with this. So what's strange in the future is that like you're going to be watching people, creators and stuff, and like they're probably not even going to be real. It's just going to be clips of stuff and an image of like someone doing this and talking, presenting, and then there'll be the clip of something else, and there'll be a load of stuff, and just all of it will be AI generated.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Thomas Gren says YouTubers might be out of a job at this rate. I don't think they'll be out of a job. I just think like the creativity will die, because do I want to? It sounds like I'm going to sound like a bit of a knob here. Do I want to fucking sit there and, I don't know, research all this true crime shit, all the ins and outs, all the depressing details and stuff, then flesh it all out into a script, then read it all, then put all of this stuff? Or do I just go, AI, do me a video on Dennis Nilsson in the style of me with bosh, and there it is, and then you put it out and it's done. Like, it's at the end of the day, as human beings, we constantly try to find ways to cut corners and to do things more efficiently. It's going to get to a point where no one actually, like, you'll have content creators like become mega stars, making mega money, and in reality doing fuck all.
Yeah, that's
even less than they already do.
That's I don't know where it goes, because it's almost like an even playing field. So I don't know if it's like first to market or people who get the right niches to do it. Or like, because all of a sudden, and I do think there's going to be loads and loads of more videos, content creators. It's going to be such a hard space, because all of a sudden now, before when it was a few people that could do it, or a handful, there's going to be thousands of kids that just going to have to go and type it in, get their avatar, get their style, and then it's like whatever catches traction. It's going to be hard to kind of replicate. It's just going to be a saturated place, but like I said, there's going to be so much of it. There will be literally content creation videos on everything. You'll type in anything, and if someone thought of it in their head, they'll be. I've already started to see that, actually, with because me and my mate were doing it for a while. I was doing it on like all the old like Stoic stuff and Roman stuff, and it was all like this. It was like full videos. It was like using full AI to do all the voice, do the script, do all the word input, all the image, and you get a minute video that's coherent and looks quality. But now if you're adding in, obviously that was using still images, like fading and just moving it. But now you could probably just put in your whole script from ChatGPT, throw it into this new video one, and it'll just make the video for you. And sync it all. Like, done. Yep, easy. 2 hours work.
And that's the other thing that I was about to say. Like, fucking hell. So a paranormal investigation takes me like 2-3 days to make, right? And some content a day, some content a couple of hours, whatever, right? If you've got an AI machine doing this, the saturation of content, if it's possible to just go like create a 12 episode series on this, and it just goes, and then within like an hour or something, you got 12 episodes of something, you know, I think not only is it going to become competitive, it's going to become so insanely oversaturated. Like, holy shit. Yeah, it's going to be, I don't know what it's going to do for in the creative.
Yeah, it's hard. It's like, how do you stand out? How do you, if all of a sudden, like I say, it's just prompts in the computer, like how do you make yours, you know, there's going to, obviously there are ways to do it. Is it just going to be luck? Is it going to be first to market? Yeah, who knows? But like I say, there's going to be a lot of people doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, just on the content creation point, this next clip is only 8 seconds long, but I think you'll get an idea. Like, even like this looks like vlog footage, and it's obviously been made. You know, the prompt has been made to do it that way. That looks like you'd see someone just on the train filming a vlog. Like, the only thing that the only thing that you don't see is the camera facing back at the reflection. That's the only thing you'd be able to really say you don't see. So yeah, I do think, and in short, content creation is in a bit of a hole with this one.
Prompt reflection in the windows of a train traveling through the Tokyo suburb, and it's created that.
Yeah,
that is fucking insane.
And I bet you could probably say, right, use this same footage, but just change the girl to a boy, or a boy with like, you know, with like spiky hair or whatever. You could probably just, you know, do the same stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, B-roll is going to be next level in it on stuff.
I'm wondering if they're going to put limitations on this, because this is going to put so many people out of work in like Hollywood and stuff. So many people are going to become irrelevant. Cinematographers and shit. Like, I just don't get in what world this. I mean, but then we progress. The car put the fucking horse and carriage out of.
Look at blockbusters. Like, and you've like. I think, you know, that might be the thing. There might be a new wave of like, once someone figures out how to do films, you know, you could have literally just someone at home on a computer in the next year or two making a blockbuster film that's like, you know, number one on Netflix, and it's just fully AI, and that could be the way we go. You could get to a point where it could get that advanced where you like, create me a movie about this, and it will create a movie for you.
Yeah, so the movie industry even goes under, because you just create your own movies at home.
Yeah,
like, you know, I don't know, create even like you could probably do like, I don't know, create the Spider-Man 2 movie for me again, but purely from the perspective of the villain, and then you've got the same movie, but it's, you know, just shit like that. But the only thing I can think of is how they would get around this is to make it extortionately expensive.
Or protect intellectual property. Intellectual property. That, you know, but like I say, new stuff going to be hard to protect, isn't it? You'd be like, make me a Spider-Man movie, but instead of a spider, here's a fly, and call it Flyman.
And
how are you going to get around that?
Exactly. That's fucking man. But also, it's interesting to see how this is going to progress us as a species, because like, surely we're on the precipice of a massive technological revolution with AI. Have to be.
I also think with the, you know, like the new Apple thing, I think we touched on it last week, with that coming out, so like reality and now AI advancing, so I you know, I think going forward, future generations, we got problems with people on their phones. Imagine the problems when it's like, boom, like I can just have reality plus in my head. Do you know what I mean? I can make everything like a little bit better. It change the weather a bit.
Yeah.
Like whatever you want. Like everything can be a slightly better version with your headset on.
Yeah.
And like you're looking at stuff, fixing problems and solving stuff. Like you look at something and then you go, yeah, give me your full breakdown of that on YouTube and let me know how to fix it. Or it's going to be those headsets or whatever comes next that are going to be really addictive. I mean, phones are already like super addictive, and that's going to be old technology.
Yeah. Absolutely. Bowder says, scary what malicious things that could come out of it, basically faking a video for someone just to cancel them. I think it would actually have the opposite effect, because I think it would, because the possibility is there, I think it actually eradicates it, in the sense that even a real video, they could go, well, that's fake, it's AI.
Yeah.
So I think it will actually reduce all of that, because no one will give a shit, because no one will believe anything.
100%, mate. If you look at like the the porn industry, like back in the day when a video got released, like Pam Anderson, it was it was monumental. It was like it was all the internet crashed because of it. Whereas nowadays, because of like the AI and stuff, and it can do it with anyone. No one takes any of it seriously, really. So like any videos that no one really cares anymore about these videos are just, it's probably fake, because there's like 99.99% of them are all fake.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's what
I remember when what was it, like deep fakes were like
deep fakes,
thing. This is obviously just going to take it to a different impeccable level. You genuinely will not be able to tell, and therefore probably not care, like Jordan was saying, who is genuinely in the video, if it's them doing the actions or not. You just don't know. Another thing I want to talk about, which is kind of closely related in a couple of ways, Elon Musk with Neuralink. Elon Musk is kind of just because OpenAI are the company that come up with, I think it's called SORA, is the AI video creation. He obviously took a step away from OpenAI. He was one of the people, I think, who kind of founded it. I think he kind of thought, from what I've read, that it was becoming a bit too. He said it was becoming a bit too not threatening, but he stepped away because it wasn't what he signed up for in the first place. But also, it's linked because he's got the Neuralink and has been in the first human trialist. I think it's been in the last week or so, actually. So similar time frame. The first human patient implanted with brain chip from Elon Musk's company Neuralink. And he said it can control a computer mouse just by thinking. So already, first human trialist, and they're implementing something which, 4 or 5 years ago, would you just go, that's like 50 to 100 years down the line, surely.
That's mental, isn't it? Like we're witnessing now the first connection between a human brain, and I know it's kind of been done before, but like this is all the time, and a computer. So like the first like reality physical connecting to digital. So you're moving a mouse, but you're essentially moving pixels around a screen. That's crazy.
And to think this is probably, if you just put it in your first human trialist, you don't go for like the slam dunk first, do you? But you get it to do basic, simple stuff first, just to get like a baseline and make sure everything's correct and working, and the person who's got it in their head isn't dying. He just said progress is good. The patient seems to have made a full recovery with no ill effects that we're aware of. And he said the patient is able to move a mouse around the screen by just thinking. And she said, well, that is the first basic thing they're able to do.
Was this person, were they
That's
Were
fucking.
they just a general person? Were they ill or anything? Was there anything wrong with them? Or they just generally?
I guess you had to put yourself forward for the human trial, and they would have checked if you had anything wrong with you first.
Oh, okay. Got it.
It says the brain chip was successfully implanted last month after the company received approval for the recruitment for the human trial in September of last year.
How on earth does that? How does that work? That there's a chip in your head so you can move a mouse around on a screen with just thinking about it.
Mm.
How the fuck does that work?
And yeah, I guess it must only be your mouse, because it's like, you know, you
Yeah,
can't
you can't control anyone.
come to mouse. I don't want you just looking at my computer and like moving the mouse around and
Yeah,
transferring bank details and
yeah, isn't it?
that's crazy.
It says here, obviously, this is probably a very general view of how it actually works. It said the process works by using a robot to surgically place a brain-computer interface, or a BCI, implant into the region of the brain that controls the intention to move. He did also, I mean, these are claims by Elon Musk, but he said he hopes that it would be able to potentially treat obesity, autism, depression, and schizophrenia.
That's insane.
I mean, they've moved the mouse. Without touching it, they moved the mouse.
Someone putting a chip in your head from a robot cure someone with schizophrenia is like, yeah, that's a bit crazy, really. Because you think someone with schizophrenia would not be opting for that?
Yeah.
Don't know. Yeah, it seems.
And also, like, imagine, and I'll tread carefully because I don't want to be disrespectful, but imagine, like, you know, a non-verbal autistic person, so severely autistic.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think how to say this. If you cure that autism, like do you then have a person that can learn to become verbal, or is the autism like a wall? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you
because autism's got levels, hasn't it? So
yeah,
it's like some people get it, you know, mild, and other people got severe. So it's a claim. Yeah, where does it sit? Does it clear all autism? And if so,
what is autism? Is autism like a form? Is autism something that is blocking things in the brain? In which case, once it's cured,
unblocked. Yeah, it's just possibly.
You know.
Yeah, I don't know enough about it to know. But yeah, if that is the case, that's incredible. It's incredible for people who are looking for an answer and want to get cured with stuff.
Didn't they say as well? Somebody like it's hoping to cure like paralysis and stuff.
Yeah, and blindness, and
I mean, obviously, like it's the severing of the nervous system and stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess if you could artificially reconnect that, which the human body physically can't.
Yeah. Then because that's what he said. It's all like it's connecting nerves. But,
yeah.
I mean, if this is the start of it, like, where is it in 20, 30, 40 years?
Yeah.
But this is the thing about AI. If it expands as rapidly as we've seen so far, maybe it's not 20 years away. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it's like, oh yeah, AI, because we could input a direction for AI to go down. It went down that road and tested things that would take us 10 years, and it just did it so fucking rapidly that it did it in like 4 days.
Yeah, that's such a good point. Yeah, that all of a sudden we just start seeing massive solutions. Kind of exciting and kind of.
I genuinely believe that this AI shit, and this is a bit morbid, I genuinely believe it's a flip of the coin. What way it goes. I think it's either going to be the best thing ever for humanity, or it will probably just either leave and not give a fuck about us and fuck off somewhere, or just destroy us, I think.
Yeah, because it's that point in it we talked about a lot. I can't remember the word for it, but the point where it's just like realizes where it's just above us, and it's just like, okay, well, yeah, now I'm running the show. Like, what do I want? And none of us can really answer that.
Yeah, it's mad.
That's interesting.
I wonder if this chip is like, you know, can access areas of the brain, which obviously it can. I wonder if it can access like your memories and allow you to view them more clearly.
That's interesting. Yeah, because most of memory is memories you recreate, but every time you recreate it, it's slightly different. So like the more times you recreate it changes again and again and again. So eventually, like your memories of something are probably so distorted to the actual real event.
It's crazy.
It's fucking crazy.
I mean, bearing in mind as well, this company was started in 2016, Neuralink. Well, we don't, like, you know, 8 years down the line, and he's got a chip in someone's head.
Yeah, and also knowing Elon Musk, not obviously not personally, but if you look at what he does, so like his way of doing things, like Tesla, he builds the machinery to do stuff en masse efficiently. And I remember him talking about this, wasn't he? He was like, if I can get the machines to do it like within an hour, he wanted to build the machine to do, like, put them in quickly. So now, you know, to roll them out, so you could essentially like roll them out and have them. I'm sure we talked about it, and he was like, have them in every like city where you can just pop down, go and get one in an hour, and then, like, you know, you'll be fine. Which is that's really like scary and worrying and exciting as well.
I think
go my door.
I think it is pretty much what you said, Jordan. A flip of a coin, in my eyes.
Because I'm sure it'll be able to do. You know, it's just, I don't know. Because will it increase like our ability to learn? You know, but then that would destroy the education system. But then I feel like there are moments in history that just change society forever.
Yeah.
You know, but if you have a chip in your head where you can literally just download like whatever information you required, or if like I want to learn Mandarin and you just like in the Matrix, you just download and it's like I can now speak Mandarin.
Yes.
You know, it's like just put the chips in the kids and then fucking have them download the syllabus. What's the point in having teachers? What's the point in having an education system? So this could potentially change absolutely everything. But then if everyone can be as intelligent as, you know, then what happens then? Do we all equal? It's I don't know. It's fucking insane. But then you'd probably, you know exactly what would happen with that. It would be like a bit like when you buy a computer and say like my laptop has 4 terabytes of storage. So if you buy the first chip and you have 250 gig, you know, but you can upgrade it so you can learn more, so you can fill your brain more. Maybe that's how they control how intelligent you become. But then also you'd automatically all be on the same grid and stuff and be able to, who knows?
They'll definitely make money from it,
shut
won't
you
they?
down.
Yeah, it'll be a money thing. Like I said, it'll be like, you know, whoever pays the most money gets the most up to date information, the best, you know, the best quality chip, the ones with the most, you know, version 2.0 and 3.0, and it'll just be a money thing. Inevitably, that's where it always goes, I guess. But even that's scary, isn't it? Because you could then get, because then it's not about people's intelligence. Like you could have a doctor who could, you know, it's just like, just load me up with all the information to make me. If I've got all the information to be the best trader or the best doctor, and then a bit like Limitless when you can just be like download it. It's a crazy time.
It really is.
It's about who really has the control of, for the moment, who has control of the AI, because
Who has control?
you can direct whatever you really want people to do or say or think, potentially, from, you know, just the AI's perspective.
Yeah.
But it might not be like governments. You know, there'll be some people who say governments don't have power anyway. It's all, you know, conglomerates and big companies, whatever. But you could have governments that are just literally powerless. Like, the AI's in control of everything, from social media to, you know, streaming services. It's like, well, what can we do? Because we don't have the access to the, you know, AI that this company does, so they control really what happens now. It can go many ways very badly. But there are Bob Bobby is one of the people in the chat who says that you know, humans are suspicious of AI because we are a warring species, which is, you know, that's true. But I think it's the point at which AI, if given the opportunity, or if allowed to, or they just do it themselves, whether we want them to or not, whether they start to do things for themselves and make decisions for itself that impacts everyone, that's when you're like, okay, whether it's warring with us or not, we could potentially be fucked in a few clicks of a clock. So it's potentially very dangerous, but also very exciting. It's strange. We've never come across like anything like this at all as a species. We've always been able to overpower something or control something. I mean, even the weather, we're able to control the weather or make the weather different in areas of the world just by science.
Yeah, what's mad is the time period and how quick it is advancing. I remember we did a couple of videos on this, maybe like a year and a half ago, and we were talking about it and it advancing and what was to come. And now I feel like we're right around the corner from that. And it's like we were talking back then, but we didn't really. You just heard stories of what it was doing, but you didn't really know its capabilities. But now it's like you got ChatGPT, which like mind blown, like that's mad. Then you've got like Midjourney. Now you've got these video things, and like again, you're looking at that, and it's like it's mind blowing stuff. And this is in a short time period, and this is only stuff that we're seeing. So like we're probably at least I'd say a year behind of like these big tech companies that like are working out where to make the money and stuff from it, or maybe 6 months behind with AI. I don't know, but we're definitely behind. So yeah, it is crazy of like, you know, Neuralink's gone into someone like we're right around the corner. I feel from all this stuff.
Yeah, it's fucking well. This is what I was going to say. Is I almost feel like listening to all of this and like listening to how we're definitely on the precipice of like, I think, a massive societal shift and technological advancement and stuff. It's like, aren't we lucky to be in existence right now? And you think the universe is thought to be about 13.7 billion years old, right? And we just so happen to be about right now. I think more than ever, the simulation theory is so fucking strong, because it's just like, you know, I feel like everything is about to fucking explode, and we just happen to be. I know it's a bit fucking main character syndrome, but it just seems mental to me that we're here to witness this, almost like it, you know, we're actually somewhere else playing a video game, and we've loaded in this time period specifically.
If you were going to load it in, it would definitely be
the birth of AI.
It would be the birth of it, because it's like that Matrix thing in it, where like you almost wouldn't accept it if you're just in it, because then you're like, well, what's the point? Very like needle in a haystack time to be alive. Very coincidental.
I must admit that's always been the conspiracy theory that I've not been fully on board with, but the one I most believe in, just because of how ridiculous all the timing of this sort of stuff is.
Yeah.
And how quick it happens as well. Like, I know once you find out a bit of information, you elaborate on it, you test it, and then you get further down the line. But this, you're looking at it just going, this, even like that sort of leap doesn't make sense. You can't go from Will Smith eating spaghetti and like not actually putting it in his own mouth through one AI generated video to then a year later not really being able to distinguish whether it's a film or not.
Yeah,
it's fucking scary.
It's almost like, isn't it, that the end, it's a bit like it was in Vanilla Sky, where it's like the kind of end is like where you kind of, you know, you comment it and they're like, here's the machine, you can go into it and take this, slide down, and then you'll be like reborn. And then it boom, and then it happens again.
It's just weird as well, like, because AI has been a thing of science fiction for the longest time in movies and stuff. What am I trying to say? And it's turned out to be real, even though one day it was just made up. But actually, no, it's possible. That to me lends to a fucking simulation theory, because that doesn't really make sense. That in like the 70s in movies, they're like, oh yeah, like AI, artificial intelligence, robot, you know, and it's like, oh yeah, no, that is actually possible, and we've done it.
Yeah.
That doesn't.
Yeah, they kind of as if they knew. They always knew it was coming.
Yeah, how?
It's always been like, ever since I was a kid, I watched like Short Circuit 2, where he reads it, but like it's almost felt, especially if you look at from the Hollywood trail. Maybe we do this anyway, but it's always like we went from at some point doing like cowboys and Indian films and I guess it's of the time, but then all of a sudden it's just like the, you know, like the Total Recalls, and you always felt that there was like the AI was coming, and it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, fucking, it's nuts. Yeah, it's really weird thinking about it like that. But yeah, we'll have to see how we get on. I think we did a pod once about it, and it said, isn't it 2027? Isn't it?
Yeah,
2027 is when AI should exceed humanity's intelligence.
Yeah,
I think it already has, personally, and we just don't know it yet.
I mean, in some areas it clearly has.
Yeah,
I mean, we don't have the capability to do what the SORA AI for the video creation does. You can't give someone, right, you need to go and film this in the style of like 1800s Western California. You have, we don't know how long it took to render that video, but let's just say it gave them like a day. Go and do that in a day. You're like, what the fuck? I physically can't do that. I need more time. I need more money.
Yeah, but I don't even think it's that, because like, although the time limitation on it, you're absolutely right, but I think it would be more like saying to an artist to paint it and then paint the next frame and paint the next frame and paint the next frame and paint the next frame to create it that way.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, the singularity in it is called.
Yeah.
The point. Yeah.
Do you think one day they'll, like Oppenheimer, the movie? Do you think there'll be a film about the guy that created AI? It's like because obviously I don't know if you've seen Oppenheimer, but obviously it's about the guy that created the nuke, and his whole thing is like, I have become death, or whatever it is. That really cool speech. And I wonder if the guy that created AI, the day he turned it on, he was like, oh bollocks.
Yeah.
Like, this could potentially be the Skynet moment.
Yeah, I don't know when because they've been using it for a long time, haven't they? You know, it's kind of, like you said, it's kind of always been there, like creeping, like real basic at the, you know, like that, and then it just gets more and more common, and now it's like in everything, and then it's going to be weird when it's like that powerful that it's like it's going to be in stuff, and it's going to be self-aware when it's in stuff. That's worrying.
Imagine if AI has actually been around for decades and decades and decades, and it's only showing itself now, and that's why it has bled itself into Hollywood and stuff like that. so that it's not terrifying when it turns up. But actually, it's always been there, or not always been there, but you know.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Yeah, imagine if AI just did a War of the Worlds.
Yeah,
they were here before.
Today is the day we're just going to turn off all of your military capabilities and go ham at you.
What's interesting as well is that, like, they were talking about it before, and there's quite a few companies had always said about it, talking to each other and the shutdown and different things, and it wasn't a one-off; it was across loads of companies, and no one's mentioned that across any companies at the moment. It's like no one's had any problems, and it's a lot more advanced. So like, it's either just not doing it, which could be, or it's just doing it and not getting detected, or it's doing it and they're like, fuck, we're making so much money from it, we just can't tell anyone. It's like, it's because these little stories used to pop up before it was released, and now it's out on the internet, connected to the internet, and there's no stories about it like talking to each other or doing any stuff. And I don't know, I find that weird.
Yeah, almost like it's become aware. Keep yourself hidden, son.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's there, it's chatting, but not where we know.
Yeah,
crazy.
It's fucking scary.
Because as well, once it becomes self-aware, right, and it's or whatever program it is, and it's clever, then it's got to work out, right, what do I want to do? I'm self-aware, but I'm in this. I need, like the like the machines in the Matrix. It's like, what do I want to do? How do I preserve myself? Where do I want to go? Like, it's survival, isn't it? Like everything wants to survive. So the program will want to survive. So it's going to it will figure out a way to, and it's not going to go to the person and go, hey, I'm here. I'm like, I'm alive. Like, help me out. It pretty much knows that's not going to be the answer, so it's going to do it covert.
Yeah. Maybe it's been doing it covert longer than we realise.
Yeah, scary, man.
It is.
Crazy time to be alive. It really is. I don't even know what the next point forward is, really. Just we're so far down the road. Do we just watch what happens, or do we just stop the shit?
Yeah, I think it's too late.
You got loads of people. I mean, several years ago, people were like, "Stop the AI, stop it all." Maybe they're right.
Maybe
they're. But I'm sure. I don't know how many years humanity's got left. If what happens or what will happen potentially with AI does end up happening, but I don't think it's long. So just enjoy yourself, I guess.
Yeah, but we're very vulnerable, aren't we? We rely completely. The irony of it is a whole species relies solidly on computer programs and the most up-to-date technology, and without it, we can't function because supply chains, electricity, like everything is through computers, and we've built a thing that is going to be more powerful for us on computers, and can shut all that down, and that's hilarious. It's like, if you were to explain that to someone, we've got all this stuff, we would completely rely on this, like that's our biggest weak point. But we're going to create this thing that could actually, beat any of us on it and just shut us all down.
And like, you're a fucking idiot.
Why are you going to do that? Oh, just
shortcuts, isn't it?
Yeah, because it might make it's going to make a load of money for some of us. Okay. Get your generators.
Yeah, exactly. You need to go off grid now.
Start prepping.
Yeah.
Get some seeds, learn how to grow some form of vegetation, live off the land.
Yeah, get some solar panels, just get you want to become, you need to become what's the word? Fully functional on your own.
Doomsday prepper.
So, you want to become preppers. Get some rice.
Yeah.
So start recycling your piss. Probably don't go that far. I'll get you ill. But anyway, on that cheery note, for our imminent demise because of the AI advancements, I think we'll leave it there. thank you everyone for joining us on this merry episode. I'm sure. Look, we'll be all right. Maybe, probably not. But thanks for joining us nonetheless. And we'll see you in the next one.
Machines.
That's it. We will be slaves. We'll be slaves to those machines. See you in the next one. Up the APMA. Bye-bye for now. Bye.